Okay, so let's see about the 5.2 subtopic 2, the measures of location, which is you are going to find the mean, median, and mode of the data. Identify quartiles to the cells and percentiles of the data. So you can look over here to find the mean, which is you are going to represent the mean as the x bar. Okay, so example 5.2 already have example here. Find the midpoints. First, of course, you need to find the midpoints of each of the class interval first. So you can see from here we'll be having 1.5 until 1.9, 2.0 until 2.5, sorry 2.4. This is what if you try to look at here, our class size is 0.5. Okay, and our midpoints, how to find the midpoints? So you can have it in this way, which is 1.9 plus with 1.5 here and over with 2. So if you try using your calculator, so you'll be having 1.9 plus with which is 1.5 here, we'll be having that one, and then divide by 2, presumably we'll be having 1.7, which is, if you try to look at here, the midpoint is 1.7, and find the midpoint for each of the class interval, and then you are going to identify the sum of the frequency. So what can you do? You are going to multiply each of the midpoints with each of the frequency and then add up everything. So you can see it from here, which is we'll be having 2 times 1.7 plus 1 times 2.2 plus 4 times 2.5 plus 15 times 3.2 plus, and until the end, which is 3 plus with 3 times 4.7, and total up everything and divide by 40. 40 is what? 40 is the sum of the frequencies. So therefore you'll be having 3.41 is your mean. Okay, so I hope you are clear on how to use the formula. So you can see the formula actually here. You'll be having a sigma of fx, okay, which means you are going to multiply each of the frequency with each of with their midpoints. Okay, each of it baru tambah satu per satu, and then divide by the 40, the sum the sum of the frequencies. So I hope you are clear on how to find mean. Next, median. We have a formula here, so you just need to memorize the formula. Okay, as what I want to tell you, there is no formula given to you, okay, during your exam, okay, during your test and so on. Okay, if you try to look at here, the median, it will be equal to lower boundary plus with n over with 2, and here is total observation or the total frequency, minus with the cumulative frequency until point L, which is the previous don't worry, we are going to see it together later. The previous median that we're going to have, and over with FM, the frequency of the median class, and the C is the class size. That's why I asked you, that's why I told you the class size is quite important. Don't worry, I have example 5.13 here. Okay, again, we need to find the class. Okay, you already have a class interval, and we need to have your class boundary, the upper and the lower, and this is the frequency, and I think you already know how to find the cumulative frequency from the previous subtopic, which is in the ogive. Cumulative frequency, I'm going to revise a little bit. Okay, this is 5, so 5 plus 7 will be 12, plus 12, 24, 24 plus 25, 25 is equal to 49 here. 49 plus 8 is 57, 57 plus 3 is 60, so total up everything will be 60. And then if you are referring over here, you can see we'll be having our median class is 20 and 24. How do we know? Okay, you already know in the previous lesson, we know we'll be having median. Okay, median will be in the middle, right? So 1 over 2 out of 10, out of our total frequency. In this case, 1 over 2 out of 60, it will be 30. So you can see from here, 30 is somewhere around here, which is this row, which is the cumulative frequency is 49, and the frequency itself is 25, and the class interval is 24 here. I'm going to highlight a little bit here. So this is our median class. Okay, so you can see from here, maybe you can try to highlight this median class. Why? We are going to use this information later on. Okay, so first you are going to define the lower boundary from this middle class. Okay, sorry, from this median class. okay, from this class interval. So the lower boundary is 19.5. Define dulu siapa dia, and then the n, which is the total sum frequency, will be 60, and the f, which is the frequency, is 24. I mean the cumulative frequency before our class size here, which is before our class interval over here, which is 24. You've got it from here. Okay, I hope you're clear about this part. Okay, I'm gonna change. Maybe we'll have this one. So this is our 24. We'll have maybe the blue color. So that's how we can get our 24 here, which is the cumulative frequency before our median class. And the FM is 25. The FM is the frequency, which is we've got it from here. Okay, we've got it from here. I hope you're clear about this part. Okay, so then the next one, the C is our class size. So what can you do for the next step? Of course, you just need to substitute. Okay, we know the lower boundary is 19.5 plus, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, the class boundary is 19.5 here, and the n is total frequency will be 60 over with 2 and minus with f minus 1, which means your cumulative frequency in the previous class will be 24, which is you've got it from here. Okay, and then my over with 25. What do you get? 25 is our frequency over here, and multiply with the class size. And you can use your calculator. You can ask some help with your calculator. So therefore our median is 20.7. So I hope you are clear on how to find median. Next, our mode. Okay, oh, before we are going to mode, okay, we are having how to find median using graphical method. Okay, usually if the question asks you to have your median from using graphical method, we are going to refer on algebra. Okay, this is cumulative frequency curve. So you can see it from here, the median. Okay, as we know, the total frequency is 60, so the median is of course 30, right? So 30, you can put some ruler over here, and which is you are going to estimate. So it will be around here. Okay, this is what we're gonna have, which is around 20 something, right? So from the graphical, so we'll be having this answer, which is approximation median from the graph is 20.75. So I hope you are clear. You can put some notes. Usually we are going to have the median from our algebra, okay, or our cumulative frequency curve. Cumulative frequency curve tu nama dia algebra lah. Algebra. Tengok balik dekat subtopic 1 tu, algebra. Okay, so then the next one, which is we are going to see about the mode. Mode pun ada formula, which is we are going to put an x here, and we have some triangle on the x, and we have L plus D1 over with D1 plus D2 and C. C is our class size, okay, size of the model class. L is the lower boundary of the mode class, okay, of the model class, and D1 difference between the frequency of the model class and the class preceding it, okay, and the class immediately after it. Okay, so this is for D2. Don't worry, we are going to see it together, having some example. So again, by referring to the example, by referring to the table 5.2.7, actually, in the table, table in example 5.13. Which is this table. Okay, so this table. So again, okay, please refer on the example 5.14 by your own there. I'm going to referring this table for you. So what can I do? Okay, I'm going to clean this part first. Okay, so we know that for the model class, so we are going to refer on the frequency. So the highest frequency that we can see, again, we are going to refer on this table, on this in this row, in this class interval. Okay, I'm gonna have a new color. Okay, so I'm gonna have this one. So this is our model class. Okay, this is for example 5.14. Okay, so this is our model class. Next, you are going to define what is your lower boundary. So your lower boundary is 19.5. Next, you are going to define what is your D1. So D1 too, we are going to have it from here, which is 25 minus with a 12. 12 is from here. Okay, 12 is from here. Okay, I'm going to highlight this one. Okay, so 12 will come from here. So 25 minus 12 is equal to 13. That's for your D1. Okay, so your D1, okay, I'm going to have a new one here. So your D1, it will be equal to 25 minus 12. It will be equal to 13. As for D2, your D2 will be having again 25 here minus with your 8. Minus with 8 here, which is the next class. So 25 minus 8 will be 25 minus 8. It will be equal to 17. So your D1 is 13, your D2 is 17, and then your C is equal to 5 lah. So let's see it together. After you know what is your lower boundary, what is your D1, what is your D2, and what is your C, of course, obviously the class size is 5. So just substitute the formula, so therefore you can use a calculator, you will be getting your answer here. Next, we are going to see on how to find mode using graphical. Usually, we are going to find the mode using histogram. Okay, so kalau median, you can use your formula, or you can use your algebra. Okay, and for the mode, you can use your formula, or you can use your histogram. Okay, so by looking over here, you can use your histogram. How can we have our histogram? Okay, by looking over here, we have a bar. We have a bar chart here, right? The bar is shaded. Okay, we know that we have this is the first, second, and the third bar. From the figure here, we know that the second bar, the middle one here, is the model class because it will be the highest frequency, right? So how can we estimate? So which is the estimation can be found by having the intersection from the line of, which is you need to create a line from the points A until point C and points B until point D. So the intersection line here will be your mode. Okay, I hope you are clear on how to find mode using histogram. Actually, you still can use your algebra to find your mode, but in this one, you are going to have you'll be using your gradient to have your points of inflection and so on. So much easier to use your histogram. Usually, if the question asks you to use your graphical method, they will give you they will ask you to draw the graph first. Okay, so that you can proceed to find the median or mode from that graph. Okay, so let's proceed example 5.15. Don't worry, we are having example to find the mode. So this is a class interval, okay, and this is a frequency. So from the above data, we know that the highest frequency is 8 here, from 18 until 23. So you can see from here, I already draw for you the histogram. So actually there is some correction you should have from lower boundary, right? So you should start from a lower boundary here. Okay, but this is just some example that want to show you how to find the mode from histogram only. So approximately our mode will be somewhere around here, which is between 18 and 23, which is using diagram, approximately the reading will be 19.5. And if you want to have the exact amount, or exact value, you can use your formula, which is define what is your lower boundary, which is 18. Dalam kes ni kita ikutlah apa yang diberi tu the given here, which is the lower boundary given here is 18. So using 18 here, and define what is your D1, and define what is your define what is your D1 and D2 here, and which is what we say the class size is 5 here, right? Okay, so we are gonna have, so tadi kalau tengok dekat kita punya table, so we'll be having 8 here, right? This one, and we'll be having 8 minus 7, so that's why we'll be having D1 is 1, and 8 minus 6, that's why D2 is 2 here. So from that formula, we are going to have 19.67. So approximately we will be having the same answer as you're gonna have it from the 19.5 there. And then for the next one, if you try to look at here, graphical comparison between mean, median, and mode. So this is symmetrical distribution. You can see from either it is symmetrical or skewed to the left or skewed to the right. So which is in this case is skewed to the right, and this one will be skewed to the left which is you can see from here, mod less than median or less than mean, or mean less than median or the mod. So we'll be having this one. So we are going to continue in the next video. So I hope you are clear about this part.